guys, my name's Nurse Hope, and today we're going to go over different aspects of car seat safety. We have a few always and a few nevers that we'd like to discuss with you. We're also going to provide a link at the end so that you can know in detail how to install your car seat and buckle in your child safely. First, you want to make sure you choose a car seat that's appropriate for your child's height, weight, and age. Right now there are 3 different types on the market. First is the infant car seat. It's always rear facing. And then you have a convertible car seat that can transition from rear facing to forward facing. Then you would move forward at the age of 4 to 8 years of age, and you can use a booster seat with a seat belt. Our next always is to make sure that you follow your instruction manual on how to correctly install the car seats. Each one will be different, and how to correctly buckle your child into each different car seat. Those instructions will also be different. For your infant seat, again, it is always rear facing. You can install it using a seat belt for just your baby seat, or you can also install it with a base. You can use your tether straps, or you again can use a seat belt for your base. It's important to make sure that all car seats are placed in the back seat of the car. And according to Georgia law, you want to make sure that the children of 8 and below are in the back seat. So with this car seat, we would put it in the back seat in the middle, preferably for safety reasons. We want to make sure that we appropriately place the child in with the harness. This brace is called a breastplate and should appropriately be, according to guidelines, about the same height as the armpits or across the nipple line. You don't want it to be any lower than that because you risk the child slipping out during an accident with the belt sliding over their shoulders. For your convertible car seat, it can be rear facing or forward facing. You want to try to keep your child rear facing as long as possible. There will be a different height and weight for rear facing versus forward facing, so make sure you double check your manual and or the side of your car seat. You can also attach your car seat rear facing with a seat belt, and you want to try, if you have a car that's manufactured after 2002, you want to also strap them in with the tether strap. This goes over the seat and buckles into a metal hook that's on the base of your car seat. This gives extra support and safety to keep your car seat firmly in place, especially during an accident. You want to try to leave your child in a car seat with a harness for as long as possible. It is the safest space and place for your child in regards to car crashes. It decreases the risk of death and injury. But once your child has outgrown your car seat with harness, you can now move to your booster seat. Your booster seat is primarily meant to raise the child enough to where the seat belt fits across appropriately across their chest and across their hip bones. You want to make sure that the child's seat belt fits snugly into the booster and around their shoulder across the chest. The strap that goes across the lap of the child needs to be across the hip bone area or upper thigh. You don't want your lap belt to go across the abdomen because it increases the risk of organ damage during an accident. Another always is to always make sure you're aware of Georgia state law requirements. But you want to also be aware that state law is not always the same as best practice. In other words, what experts recommend may differ. For example, you want to make sure that your child is rear facing. Georgia state law requires that a child be rear facing until they're 1 year of age and 20 pounds. Then by law they can turn forward. But as far as best practice, and experts agree that it is best to keep the baby facing backwards as long as possible. This is why a convertible seat is great for keeping your child rear facing until at least age 2 or up to 40 pounds. When a child is rear-facing, it decreases their risk of injury and death by almost 70%. It is also Georgia state law that a child remain in the back seat until at least 8 years of age. But according to best practice, it is best for a child to remain in the back seat until 13 years of age. Also, your child can move from a booster seat once they are 4 foot 9 inches tall to using a regular seat belt. But if you feel your child fits into your booster for longer than that period of time, and it is okay in regards to manufacturer statements of weight and height, then you are okay to continue to use your booster seat. The reason it is safer to keep a child rear-facing as long as possible in regards to best practice and in regards to what your car seat manufacturer states on height and weight is because a child's head is disproportionate to their body up until a certain age, especially around 2. So if you have a forward-facing crash, it's more likely that that child could have a spine or neck injury because their spine is not at the point where it's strong enough to withstand an impact of a forward-facing crash. We have a few nevers as well. Our first never is never use a car seat that has been in an accident. You don't know how well it would hold up in a second collision because of the material or damage to the car seat itself. You also don't want to use a car seat that has expired. They do expire. You can check your expiration date on your car seat, usually on the bottom or the back. And usually they don't want the car seat to be more than 6 years old. Our second never is never put a child in the front seat of a car or a car seat with a child in the front seat of a car. It is extremely dangerous. The car seats themselves have not been tested for the front seat, and with the airbags, it increases the risk of injury and death for an infant or child. Our third never is never leave your child alone in a car, and never leave your child alone in a car seat. I know sometimes we don't want to wake a sleeping infant, so we take our car seat and our sleeping infant inside. This car seat is designed to sit at a certain angle in your car, which keeps the airway open. When you take your car seat out and you lie it on a flat surface in your home, that angle will be very different and could cause the airway to partially close, which is dangerous for your baby. I hope this information helps you in order to keep your child safe while driving in your car. We also have links that you can go to get detailed information on installation and how to correctly buckle your child into each different car seat in regards to weight and height. It's dph.georgia.gov and then also convertiblecarseats.com.